And it's October 15th, 2015, and I'm about to show you my version of the Axworthy Flying Ghost. My drive system is made up of two bicycle rims, the top rim being the drive rim and the bottom rim being the, I guess, secondary drive rim that the paracord that I'm using rides on. The whole thing is powered by a treadmill motor that I disassembled and then reassembled and mounted it on the bracket that actually holds the handlebars on the treadmill, and I mounted it vertically or horizontally on two 2x4x8 pieces of 2x4 screwed together with two 45-degree brackets at the bottom, going down to a 2x2 half-inch piece of plywood. The drive motor assembly requires the speed control sensor that's right here inside of the piece of PVC that I put on here for weather protection, because it rains here in October in California. And I also took out the magnet that is in the drive pulley on the treadmill pulley that powers the treadmill, the rubber treadmill mat itself. Without this magnet here, this just spins out of control, because the computer board inside the box here that I used as an old soapbox container, if this magnet isn't in place for this reader to read it as it's coming around, the chip on the controller board for the treadmill doesn't know what the position is of the treadmill belt, or in this case of the drive pulley. So when the magnet's put in place and it spins around the first couple of times very fast, which I will show you shortly, it allows the computer chip to position the speed of the treadmill motor so that this can then be slowed down by the speed control that I also incorporated back into the assembly. And I put the circuit board and everything back inside this box, and on the side I created some shelving with some 2x4 pieces of lattice I cut, and I screwed them into the box, and then I sat the shelf inside it on top of that shelving as a support. And this is the original speed control knob that was on top of the treadmill control panel, which is all sitting behind this box here. And here's a backside view of that vertical arm that would come up from the treadmill, from the bottom of the treadmill. This plate right here, this is what the control panel used to sit on, that is now behind that blue cover on that box that the speed control would sit on, so you could stand there and adjust the speed as you were using the treadmill. The 2x4s come down and are screwed into, as I had mentioned earlier, I believe this is a 2 feet by 2 foot section of half-inch plywood, and I cut some small little 1x1 sections of wood and created a framework at the bottom of the 2x4s so that it wouldn't slide out of place, and then everything is screwed together from underneath, and then the 2x4s are just dropped right into that pocket. Then I cut some 2x4s and screwed them in to the main vertical brackets at roughly 45-degree angles. And I have 2 of those on each side that go down. All the way to the board. And then they're screwed into a couple of more 2x4s that I cut and screwed in from the bottom so that they would have something to attach to for structure. I also added 4 concrete blocks, 8 by 16 by 16, and I should say 8 by 8 by 16, and that's just a ballast support for when I'm making my adjustments. And then what I did is I ran some ratchet clamps through the 5/16 inch lag bolt there that's actually holding it to the 2x4. And then I ran some ratchet straps up to the fascia board here with a C-clamp so I didn't penetrate the house board. And then the ratchet strap clamp comes down to here, connects to this hook. And then I've got 2 more ratchet straps, one that's up higher that connects right here, and then it runs down and goes to a tree. It's kind of hokey, but it works.